In this video, let us see the types of loops available in C programming language. There are three different loops available. First one is while loop, second one is do while loop, the third one is for loop. So just now I explained while loop in the previous program. But to start with while loop, we will see the flowchart that represents the working of while loop. Now this is called a flowchart. Now in lab sessions and all, you have learned what is a flowchart. Flowchart is a representation of working of an algorithm. Now, how do while loop works? Now look at this. Let us assume this is the flowchart. If when while loop is entered within the flower brace, when while loop is started to execute, it checks the condition which is there in the parenthesis. And condition is an expression. So normally we do expression like this: whether I is equal to j, I less than j. So like such expressions can be placed in this rhombus box, and rhombus represent condition in flowchart. Now, if this condition is evaluated to true, then the execution goes inside the opening brace, executes the body of the loop until it finds the closest brace. Once the body of the loop is executed, it repeats to check the condition once again. If it trues, it once again executes the body of the loop. So like that, it keeps on executing the body of the loop as long as condition is becoming true. Once the condition is false, then this body of the loop will not be executed. Instead, it reaches the exit. Here, how did I write the while loop in the previous case? While loop, opening brace and closing brace. Within this, we can embed different number of lines of code that is to be executed repeatedly. Within this, we represent condition. If this condition becomes true, true means Boolean true or false. Okay. If this becomes Boolean true, then execution goes inside this. Start executing each line that is present within this block of while one by one. It executes this, executes the next one, executes the next one. Sequentially, it meets the last line. Once it comes across the closing brace, it goes to execute the while loop once again, and in that process it checks the condition for the second time for its correctness. If this condition what we write here becomes true second time also, then the execution goes inside this while loop and executes this block of code once again until it meets the closing flower bracket. So this process goes on until this condition becomes false. That is Boolean false. Once this condition becomes false, or evaluation of whatever the condition that we specify here becomes false, it will not execute this block of code. So, first, let us take the program which was written in the previous case, in the previous video. Same example is taken here, and through this program we evaluate while loop. Now in this program what I have done is, I have initialized I is equal to 3 only, number 3, and then I have enclosed the printf statement within while block. Now what this while block will do? So once the execution of the while loop starts, it goes here execution, it evaluates this condition. Here condition is checking whether I is equal to 0 is the only condition. Obviously when this line is executed, or when this condition is checked for its correctness, it becomes true, because we have initialized I to 3, I to the value 3, then obviously 3 is greater than 0 in the first execution. So since it becomes true, the execution goes inside this, and this happens to be the block of while, or it is also called body of loop. This is called body of loop. This is executed many number of times, and you will see to what values it will execute. Now printf kit once, so it will print kit once. After doing this, look at this, I value decreases by 2. So now initially I is equal to 3. Now after the execution of this line, I value becomes 2. Why? Because look at this, means I minus minus means I is equal to I minus 1. Now initially I value is equal to 3 minus 1. This time I becomes 2. I is equal to 2. Now so I is equal to 2. That is what is written. Now after executing these lines, it will find this closing flower bracket. Once it finds the closing flower bracket, the execution comes to execute the while loop second time. Now in this case, second time also it checks the condition. Now it's checked. Initially I value was 3, but now after the execution of the body of the while loop for once, I becomes 2. Now obviously 2 is greater than 0. Then go inside, execute the printf statement. Printf, so then decrease, so execute the statement means kit prints for the second time. This is for the first time and this is for the second time. After printing this, it decrements the I value to 1 because I value was 2. Now I becomes I minus 1, that means I becomes 1. 2 minus 1, it becomes 1. Now 1 means after doing this 1, it encounters the closing flower bracket, so go inside this, go back to execute while loop for the next round. So now in this case I value is 1 is obviously greater than 0, so go inside, execute the statement printf kit one more time, so kit displays one more time. Now I value will be reduced to 0. Now after executing this I minus minus, it finds the closing bracket, so it means that it has to turn back to execute the while loop one more time. But at the last time what happens, now I is decremented to 0. Now coming here, when I is tries to be executed for the fourth time, it finds that 0 is not correct. 0 cannot be greater than 0, so it evaluates to false. And this false is boolean value false. Once this false is execution of this condition within the while loop becomes false, it will not execute this printf statement. So once this condition false, it has to skip this block of code and execute whatever that is there after this. Now suppose I will enter printf tip2 slash and close this. That means it is, see, look at this. This printf statement is present after the closing flower bracket of the while loop. So when while loop exits out of this, when while loop condition becomes false, this block of code or body of the while loop is skipped, and then whatever the line that is there after the closing bracket of the while loop will be executed. Now in this case I have inserted printf tip2, so it will print tip2. So in that way we can match this code to this function, to this flowchart that is written. Now look at this. For the first time condition becomes true, go inside, execute the body of the loop. Go inside, execute the body of the loop. And then after executing the body of the loop, return back to checking the condition once again. Now second time condition becomes true, go inside and execute the body of the loop. And once you execute the body of the loop, go back until the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, come out of this while loop. Here also, only when the condition becomes false, execution skips this block of code. And once this skips the block of the code, whatever the lines of code that is present after the closing flower bracket will be executed compulsorily. And that is done until the last brace of the main function is reached. And once this closing brace of the main function void main is reached, the program terminates. Now in this video we will explain do while loop, and this is the flowchart for do while, and this is the code. Now let us see how do this do while loop will execute. In do while loop, first the body of the loop will be executed, and then condition is checked for its correctness. If it becomes true, the execution of the body of the loop will be repeated. Otherwise, it goes to exit. Now let us check the same thing with respect to the program. Now in this program, what I have done is I have taken a variable I and it is of type integer. It is initialized to the number 1. Now what here I have written do while loop. Do while. So this is called the block of the do while loop. Whatever we are seeing here is the block of the or body of the do while loop. Now you see, first it executes this body. Execute the body means first it prints the value of KIT irrespectively whether checking I is greater than 2 or less than 2. Without checking all those things, it will execute this body of the loop. Now it goes to decrease the I value. I minus I is equal to 1 now. I minus minus means it becomes 0. Now come here, checks out. I is equal to 2. I is greater than 2. So this condition becomes false. Because I is equal to 0 now cannot be greater than 2. So the repetition of the execution of this body of the do while loop will not be possible because condition fails. Now suppose I have initialized this to 3 and I have given like this greater than 1. Now in this condition the body of the loop how it executes, let us verify. Now I is equal to 3, come here for the first time without checking the condition the body of the do while loop executes. That means KIT will be printed and then value of the I is decreased to 2. Now I becomes 2. Now come here, check 2 is greater than 1, so it repeats. It repeats, executes the printf statement KIT for the second time and I becomes 1. I becomes 1. Now go back here, I becomes 1. Awesome. Now after printing the KIT for the second time, I value decreases. Now see, look at this, I value is 1. 1 cannot be greater than 1, it falls, becomes false. So this body of the do while loop will not be repeated further and it stops. And the next loop that is to be studied is for loop. So look at this, how for loop will be used in the program. This is normally the syntax that we follow. For, the key word for, open parenthesis, closing parenthesis, and below this we write the body of the loop like this. For, and this for loop takes 3 different arguments and those arguments are initializer, condition and then increment or decrement. So let us see this with respect to this program. Now this is the for loop. This is a for loop. It is having initialization as the first argument and each argument is separated by semicolon. So this is the second argument and last one is the third argument. So let us see what is happening in each argument. In the first argument, we are initializing the variable I to contain the value 0. Now I is equal to 0 after writing this. Then in the second argument, we are checking whether I is greater than 5 or not, lesser than 5 or not. If this condition becomes true, then only this body of the for loop will be executed. This constitutes the body of the for loop. You can have many instructions also, many statements also. But in this case, I have taken only printf statement to print the value of KIT. Now let us see how this program will be executed. Now let us see int I is equal to 0 now. I is equal to 0 and after initializing this, it checks whether I is lesser than 5 or not. Obviously 0 is lesser than 5. Condition is checked. So condition becomes true. If it's true, it goes inside and executes the KIT statement. Print the statement. So one time KIT is printed. After printing this I value will be incremented before the next round of execution of this body of the for loop. Now I becomes 2. Look at this, I is 0 now. I is equal to I plus 1. So that means I becomes 0 plus 1, that is 1. I is equal to 1. Now come back here for the second round. Printf KAT. So I will print, this is the 0th round and this is the first round. KAT is printed. So obviously when I is incremented, it is lesser than 5 only. So now I is equal to 1 this time and 1 is lesser than 5. So condition becomes true. Condition becomes true. So the printf statement is printed second time and then the value of I is incremented to next value. Now I is equal to I plus 1 means I becomes 2. I becomes 2. So this is for the 0th round, this is for the first round. For the next round, I is equal to 2. I is equal to 2. 2 will be less than 5 only. So condition becomes true. If condition becomes true, condition evaluates it to true, the body of the for loop executed. So for the I value 2, KAT will be printed. After printing this, I becomes 3. I becomes 3. So like that, for the third round, I is equal to 3. 3 is lesser than 5. Once again it becomes true. Once again it becomes true. So I value becomes 4. So after condition becoming true, it will print the value of KAT for the third time. So I value becomes 4. The next part I will write it above the board here. Now I is equal to 3, it increments to 4. Now I is equal to 4 for the next round. 4 is lesser than 5. So condition becoming true. Condition becoming true. So execute the body of the for loop. So it prints KAT once and increments I to I plus 1, it becomes 5. Becomes 5. Now for the next round, so fourth time KAT prints. For the next round, I is equal to 5. 5 less than 5. Condition becomes false. So no more execution of the body of the loop. Fifth time, no more execution. KAT will not be printed. The body of the for loop will not be printed for the fifth time. And then no more. Now I is equal to 5, 5 is lesser than 5, condition becomes false, it will not enter the for loop body, so the printf statement will not be executed and KAT will not be printed for the fifth time. So it comes out. Suppose if you include I lesser than or equal, in that case, condition becomes true, KAT will be executed one more time, the KAT statement will be printed one more time, and then I value will be updated to I plus 1 and it becomes 6. So in this, after the fifth round, again once it checks I is equal to 6, I lesser than or equal to 5. So in the last case, 6 cannot be lesser than or equal to 5. So it will not execute the body of the for loop and it comes out of the for loop. So in that way the for loop will be executed.